Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your astronumerology health assessment. And let's just jump right into it. So, what disease or illness is associated with a Cancer rising or someone who has Cancer prominent in their astrology chart? Well, Cancer's fourth house, right? So, fourth house gets down to this area here. That's the chest. So, you can imagine that the Cancer would have some problem associated with the chest area, as well as having problems dealing with the mind from the emotions because of the tie to the mother energy or the home energy. Okay, so issues associated with the Cancer: accumulation, fluctuation, growth, and nurturing. So nurturing is what you eat. So maybe, and it's also coming from the mother because it's the home energy. So a poor diet could impact the Cancer. It could lead to both extremes, obesity or starvation. So disorders associated with eating, anorexia, bulimia, any of those type of disorders can be associated with the Cancer individual. Digestion, stomach problems, emotional difficulties, growth, pneumonia, tuberculosis, tumors. One day I'll explain to you the purpose of a tumor. Chest and breast issues, stomach and lung issues. All this is housed in that area. Heart issues, of course. Knee, bones, tibia, and kidneys can be impacted. Now, people don't necessarily think the kidneys when they think of a Cancer because they're like, wait, isn't that more of a balance type? Is that more of a Gemini, or is that more of a Libra? Is that more of a something associated with balance and twins, or is it Pisces? However, a person who has digestion issues and has fluid retention will have kidney issues, right? So definitely that could impact Cancer. And also look at Cancer is the crab, and the crab is associated with water, and the crab actually comes out of the water onto the land and goes back into the water at different points. And that is fluctuation in your fluid levels. The fluid levels are regulated by the kidneys and the heart. Everything works together, but primarily urine output, you think of that when you come with the kidneys. Okay, so you can definitely have some issues there. Now, let's take that astrology and look at what type of life path a person may have. So, I'm going to use, for example, the life path of 7. If you're a Cancer with a life path of 7, you kind of combine these things to come up with issues that may be prevalent. And even if it's not your life path, is it a karmic energy, a karmic debt? And then if it's a karmic debt, that could be associated with it as well. So, skin complaints, bad diet can make you ill, leg problems, depression, varicose veins, stroke, difficulty to diagnose, meaning new disease, new disorders that they haven't seen. For instance, when the AIDS pandemic occurred, that was something that was hard for people to pinpoint. Lupus is a disease that for many years was hard for people to pinpoint, to diagnose. It's an autoimmune disorder, and people couldn't figure it out. There are many more disorders, right? Cancer is associated with the mind. And the mind you think is an intellectual thing, but it's really the emotions. But sometimes the Cancer can be going through pseudo disease, meaning diseases that were made up, right? The mind said the body is sick, and so the body believed it, but they can't pinpoint a true cause of it. That's another thing that happens. So let's go back to this scenario. If I have my Cancer and my 7, and I'm looking at them and I'm going, as a Yotashi, what issue is more likely to be associated with this individual? Bad diet. Everything with this person will come from bad diets. Could they have leg problems? Sure. Could they have depression? Sure, because that's a mind issue, right? Varicose veins, dealing with the circulation, is stroke, of course. And those are things that could be related to what they eat, could be related to not enough movement. Cancer, the crab, moves around all the time. So if a Cancer sits for too long, all of these things could actually play a part in their health. All right. Remember, Support me by going to my website, purchasing your Cancer Rising, Uniting Astrology and Numerology for Self-Mastery, so that you can learn more about how astrology and numerology work together, not only for your health, but for all of your relationships. Included in every book, I have a 21-day reset according to your astrology sign for you to do. Of course, I do that for all of the numbers as well, but one book at a time. All right. Thank you so much.